This program is not for children. If you are under the age of 13, then politely leave. You spoilt little twats. Thank you.
From the deepest, darkest recesses of Dangerous Nerds headquarters, Keith Moncrief and Gary Cassell.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Pop Culture Minefield. That's Keith over there.
And that's Gary.
And we're here to talk about some nerd stuff. And today, if you look up in the right-hand corner, you'll see the Midnight's Edge logo. But we're not Midnight's Edge. Why would that be up there? I guess because we're going to talk about our buddies over at Midnight's Edge and their latest video on the Batman.
I'm Batman.
Is there truth behind the rumors of Robert Pattinson being difficult on the set? Oi, Robert Pattinson, mate, you're being a right cunt. Stop it out there. And that's apparently what we're hearing. So, Keith, let him have it. Pull both barrels.
Okay, look, seriously, it isn't like anybody kind of shanghaied him off the street and said, you know what? You're going to spend the next 3 months being Batman and you have no say in it. He is getting paid a crap ton of money. They have given him exercise equipment, access to probably all stuff that goes with that, money for all the food that he has to buy. Hell, they could train me to look like Batman in the amount of time that they've given him to do all that. Heck, anyway, I just think that ultimately, if he can't do what he's been hired to do, what he actually signed a contract to do, they should either go ahead and get whoever was number 2, runner up, before they actually started work on this movie, or as you said, they should just go get Ben Affleck.
Yeah, it's like, as far as I'm concerned, they've only got, 2-3 weeks in? It's make it or break it at this point. And I think that's why Pattinson's trying to throw this weight around. It's like, well, Mike, you already put in 2-3 weeks shooting. That means I've got the leverage now, mate. And it's like, they need to go, no, fuck you. And fire him and bring in Ben Affleck because he's ready to go. Yeah. And this should have been his movie to begin with. And but I got a feeling maybe he would say no because he's not in control of it. But I would hope that he would say yes because it would be nice to see him play the Batman here in this story.
Well, there is one person that they could get. Yeah, there is one person they could get. They could get Armie Hammer. Armie Hammer is younger than even, I think, Henry Cavill. He could do it.
They could do it, but I don't like him.
You'd have to resize all the suits because of how tall he is. But I mean, look, Armie Hammer could do it. But I understand. Yeah, that's just me.
But, and this is, of course, coming from both Midnight's Edge's information as well as Doomcock. Basically, these guys are nailing it. They've got their own contacts that they're talking to. And there's some of them that are just really close to being, you might as well say, confirmed that some of this shit's true. And that the whole story was that Pattinson getting sick with COVID was a cover story to cover for the fact that he's being a dick with the director. And I think that it would be a nice time to just clean house.
Look, AT&T, somebody should just get on the line right now to AT&T and they'll take care of it. If the entire production and producers are afraid, they should just call AT&T and they'll do to Robert Pattinson what they did basically to DC Comics. It's like, you think you're necessary? Well, that's cool. You can be necessary out on the street. There you go.
I can see somebody from the production calling AT&T corporate, just like listen to the music while they're on hold waiting for someone. But the fact is, Warner Communication was set up by the new management at Warner Communication. It was set up by AT&T, and that's who should be pulled into this. They should just simply release Pattinson from his contract, tell him to rightly fuck off. Jog on, mate. And bring somebody else in, Ben Affleck or that guy that...
I'd like to volunteer for that job. AT&T, if you're listening, I'd like to volunteer to be your hit man, or in this case, your release man. I'll do it. I'll be your cut man. Come on.
You're fired.
I won't even do that. It's like, look, Robert, you're out. Somebody else is in. Deal.
Didn't you get the memo?
Now, the other thing that comes from this news is, of course, that we've got a delay for this film, now pushing it all the way to 2022, which is just like, come on, man, I'm getting old. I don't want to die before this movie comes out. You know, I would like to live to see the Batman. You know, and I had a conference this morning with the production team on a project I'm working on, and it's like, and they work in film and television. All the guys I talked to today that are running this project, and it was brought up that this is a fertile time to be an independent filmmaker and comic producer, to become your own publisher and to make your own comics. And because right now it's dead. It is so dead. We got nothing coming from DC or Marvel that's worth a shit. Nothing. Yeah, as far as comics go. And as far as films go, theater chains are dying. They're dying. Like mom and pop comic shops, theater's going to go. I think only the strongest theaters are going to survive this. And this is why they changed that law that allows studios to open their own theaters. And now that law has changed, they'll be able to make sure that their films are seen. But you may have to travel a few freaking miles to see them.
Yeah.
You know, Regal Cinemas,
I think Netflix and Amazon are just waiting off to the side going, okay.
Yeah, because video on demand is definitely going to be the future of movies. People are more and more satisfied with watching on their 60 to 72-inch TV screens with surround sound and not having to worry about getting the COVID or just deal with people in general. I don't like people. You know that. Yeah, I hate people. And so I like watching movies at home. So, you know, that's great for me. But you know, some people, and I do it, you know, I don't really hate people. I just hate most people. And I do love going to see a movie on a big screen with the smell of popcorn, you know, while I'm eating it and I'm going, oh, this is great. And sitting in those big chairs like Regal has, and I like the seats over at the AMC theater, even though I'll never go there again now that I found out that China owns them. So, yeah, they can go eat a big old bag of dicks as far as I'm concerned. But I love Regal. Regal is a Kansas-owned business. You know, isn't it right? Kansas City, Kansas? Isn't that where they got started?
They were. Now they're owned by a company out of Great Britain.
They're still allies. I like them. They're not trying to fuck with us. So, you know, seriously, the Chinese are trying to fuck with our economy. I mean, that's what the whole COVID thing was, to do economic damage. They didn't create the disease to send it over here, but they saw an opportunity, and you know they fucking did it. I am not a conspiracy theorist either, and you know that. I don't believe in that bullshit. But I do believe that this was not accidental that it ended up over here. Or in the West period. Aliens. So, and it's like that time that Green Lantern went gay. And Greg Berlanti's new gay green. It's like, could you be more conspicuous on what you want to fucking do all the time? You want your characters gay all the time, everything. It's like, make a show that has gay people in it, but stop reinventing everything. And by the way, the 2012 Green Lantern was garbage.
Alan Scott.
The thing did not sell. Nobody liked it.
You can't have a character exist for 50 years and then suddenly one day go, well, that character is now this way. And then expect everybody to just sort of sign off and go,
okay.
You know.
Sure. Okay. And that's what the senior editors over at DC and Marvel are like, okay, that sounds good. As long as you don't yell at me and protest and report me to Me Too. Fuck people. I just
Berlanti, you could have at least had it to where this is like Alan Scott's
such
grandson,
a fucking liar.
And make him gay. You could make the grandson gay, but Alan Scott has existed for over almost 70 years. You can't just retroactively go.
That's right. You cannot rewrite the fucking history of the comic. It is physically there forever.
And the people that did it for DC Comics back in 2012 didn't keep it that way. They did that one time, and then they changed it back. And now you're trying to predicate all that based on a change that was reversed anyway.
He is, God, he really is a con man. He has, God, he is a huckster and a half, man. I swear, he has just gotten so much money and delivered nothing for it.
Well, that's pretty much J.J. Abrams, Kathleen Kennedy, Alex Kurtzman. They're all doing it. This is all money based. This is all about getting more money. It's not the fact that they aren't getting money. It's the fact that they want to increase the amount of money that they're getting.
It's not about creating something good that'll be memorable and loved for generations. This is all about money, individual greed. And Greg Berlanti is a greedy prick. Fuck you, Greg Berlanti. You can suck. Well, I'm not going to do that because he probably won it.
Aliens.
And he's so Thor. And with that, that's enough of my crass mouth. This is Pop Culture Minefield. That's Keith over there.
And that is the spectacular and amazing Gary Cassell. Give it up for him. Give it up for him.
Get the fuck off our lawns.
Hey guys, thanks for watching Pop Culture Minefield. If you've enjoyed the show, please remember to like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell icon. Remember, you can find us at Pop Culture Minefield on both Facebook and Instagram. Thank you again.